If I was to start an acting career from zero, there are several key steps that I would do. And if you watch all the way to the end of this video, then by the end, you're going to know exactly what approach you should take in order to get your career off the ground. So let's get into it. Starting around zero is no joke. It's a very daunting and intimidating task to know that you're coming in with no experience, no nothing, and you may or may not get towards where you want to go. But what I would say is to have the opposite of that mentality. Don't have a fear mindset. Don't operate in scarcity, but actually operate in abundance. Operating knowing that there's actual tangible steps you can do in order to get yourself going and to have a successful career in acting. So if I was to start at zero, I think it's pretty simple. If I was to start at zero, I would start by focusing on putting my package together. What is your package? Your package includes headshots, resume, reel. This is what's going to get you your first gigs, right? It's also what's going to potentially get you an agent or manager to submit on your behalf for some bigger roles. And it's going to get things started and going. It's also a major key that can help you book yourself on roles. You don't have to wait for anybody. I made an entire video about how to start acting from zero. So make sure you check that out on the channel. It'll be up here or up here somewhere. So make sure you watch that video for more insights. But for today, we're just going to give you some tips about how to start at zero. So let's talk about putting together your package. The major portion of your package is headshots. But before you just go out there and spend a bunch of money on headshots, I suggest that you really have a concept of what roles that you want to book. I think your headshots definitely have to match the roles and the characters you're trying to go out for. So let's put it, for example, right? If I was trying to be, Kerry Washington in Scandal, I want to do procedurals or dramas because that's kind of like that genre. Well, Shondaland is its own thing, but let's just say, that's that kind of genre. Same thing with, we got How to Get Away with Murder, Viola Davis here, right? Then my headshot shouldn't look like I'm going to the club and I'm hooking up with guys. Like that doesn't match, right? I need to find a headshot, or I need to have headshots done that match the characters I want to portray. So maybe I have on a suit or a vest that shows me like I'm this boss lawyer chick, right? Those are the headshots that I need. I suggest, right, you have no concept whatsoever, right, that you choose, let's say, somebody who is successful. And you're like, okay, this is the type of career. It doesn't have to be the exact same thing, the exact same role, but this is the type of career that I want to have. So for this example, I'm already on Kerry Washington. I'm going to do Kerry Washington, right? Then I'm going to go back. I'm going to go find her on IMDb or IMDb Pro. And I'm going to find out all the roles that she's booked, right? I'd be like, okay, she did this TV show. Maybe she was on Law & Order SVU. I don't know that she has been. I'm just throwing that out there. She was on Law & Order SVU. Then from there, she popped in on CSI. Then from there, she finally did a film, right, that was in that same genre. Then from there, after that, she booked Scandal. I don't know this to be true, so just go with me, right? Right? You're like, oh, okay, I see a pattern. She landed here, 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 and then she got here. Okay, so if I want to get here, then maybe that's what I should try to do. I should try to get on a Law & Order SVU. Okay, let's look up Law & Order SVU. Do they still make episodes? Yeah, okay. So then now let's go through these episodes, see who are the recent new faces on the episode, then check out their headshots and their casting, what they look like. What have they booked prior to it, right? Who are their agents? Who are their managers? And once you get a full picture, right, you can start to develop a plan. Like, okay, I think that if I get in touch with this agent or manager, I can get here. Now, prior to you getting here, we're going to have to book some little small stuff down here. but I need to get this type of work to show that I can do this so I can get here. All right, we got our first target, learner SVU. So what can I show? Okay, well, maybe I can do a student film that is like true crime or drama, or an indie film that does that, right? And then I can get that for my reel and resume, and I show myself playing that character. Then I could turn around and I can get the right agent or manager who can submit me, because that's on a bigger level. That's not something that I could submit myself. So it's really career mapping, right? Now we career mapped. Now we're like, okay, we career mapped. So what type of headshots do I need to make? Okay, I need to do procedural. So I need to look like a lawyer, right? I need to, what else is boss like? I need to look like the CEO. Now we have some type of a guide to where it is that we want to go. So now I can go and I say, all right, headshot person, photographer, this is what I'm going for. What colors do you think I should wear? Where are we going to shoot this at, right? Do we shoot in the background of City Hall or something like that, so it looks even more aesthetic, or they make up that background? Okay, cool. And those are the headshots I get. Now I put those headshots on Breakdown Services. I made an entire video about how you could submit yourself. An entire video about how you can submit yourself to roles. So be sure to check that out. You don't have to wait on anybody. You could submit yourself right now to roles. And so now I have my headshots. I start submitting myself, right? And maybe it's these smaller projects. I book those smaller projects. And then from there, now we got a reel. We got all this stuff booming, 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 and we're off to the races. Because this video, we're focused on just starting off from zero. So I would say your headshots, right? That's where we need to start. Building that package. Then from there, I'm like, okay, I got my headshots. Now I need a reel, because the reel and resume go hand in hand. The resume is just, it's on paper what's in your reel, essentially, right? So how do I build my reel? I build my reel by getting whatever experience I can towards the goals that I want to do. That doesn't mean I turn down roles, because when you're first starting off, any role that's within your morals, bounds, and safety, right, is a good role. So if that's commercial, great. I want that on there too, because who knows, maybe that ends up being my zero casting. Maybe I start booking commercials left and right, and that's how I get to quit my job, is because I'm booking commercials while I'm waiting on this procedural thing to check out, right? Boom. Do that. I start doing music videos. Maybe I become a music video guy or girl, and I'm the hot person on the block, and then such and such, who's the producer of this film, sees me and wants to put me in the film or gives me an audition. Boom. Do that. Student films, indie projects, indie television, whatever it is that you can build your actual reel or your highlight reel, right? So you can showcase your skills. That is what you want to do. And you want to put that package together. Now, that's kind of step 1A. 1B is kind of at the same time. So at 1B, we're going to get into that. So if putting together your package is 1A, then getting actual training would be 1B, right? So you don't have to go to acting school, etc., in order to get your headshots done. You don't have to do that. Can you wait and do that so you can get a little bit more direction from an acting coach? Then yeah, you can do that. But I'm talking about from zero. If I just want to get off to the races, I don't necessarily have to wait for that. I can start off doing that. When it's time for me to get into my reel, because I want to showcase my best acting performances that I have, right? There's nothing wrong with working with what you got. Let's say you went to theater school, you put that up in there. That might get you an audition. Great. But you want to have some type of formal training and actual technique. If you have formal training and technique, that's what's going to set you apart from just getting booked off of your zero casting, meaning thriving off of the personality you already have or what's comfortable. It's going to push your casting wide open, right? Not only is it going to push your casting wide open, but the ones that you're comfortable with, you're going to get 10 times better because you have an actual technique. So I suggest looking for some type of scene study. If you're in a major city, then it's definitely going to be available. If you're not, or there's nothing close, you can go on Zoom, right? So that way you're putting up scenes and you're getting critiques and you're getting direction. Hopefully it's somebody who has a positive reinforcement. They're praising the good and then giving you direction for things that you should work on. That's how you know you're in a good environment. So they praise the good stuff that you do, but they help you work on the things that you need to work on and fix. Even some type of a self-tape boot camp. So comment self-tape if you want some help submitting self-tapes, because just majority of the auditions are going to be on self-tape. So you have to learn how to self-tape, which is what we're going to get into the step 2. So learning how to self-tape, that'll help you, or some type of an audition technique class, right? If you can get into any, even play theater, whatever it is you can get into that's going to help you become a better actor, 1A, 1B. You need to be doing that simultaneously, right? And so that usually requires some type of investment. If not, there's actually, there's YouTube stuff you can practice on your own. If you want videos about how you can practice on your own, comment in the comments below. Type practice on your own and I'll make a video about that. Right there from home. There's no excuse. You can read books about acting, like all of it, to help you develop some skill set. That would be 1B. Then let's get into step 2. Now, once we do 1A, 1B, it's important to do step 2. Step 2 is mastering the self-tape. I make videos about self-taping on the channel, so make sure you check it out. Make sure you check out those videos to help you with your self-tape techniques, or even if you don't have a partner to record a self-tape, I'm going to do an entire video about how you can record a self-tape by yourself and still make it look good. But get into the self-tapes. Nowadays with the EcoCast and just casting people from around the world, majority of your auditions, if not the first 2 rounds, are going to be done strictly online, you submitting self-tape, you in a camera, right, in a reader that you're reading here, not here. I gave you that tip in the self-tape, so you'll see that. And you turning in your acting performance. So it's one thing to act on set because you're in an actual environment, right? And you're surrounded by all these things that are just kind of feeding you the character and you have a real person you're interacting with. It's another thing when you're just here with the camera. So you have to be able to act your butt off when you're just you in a room in your house or your office or wherever you're at in a camera. And those people, like me, producers and decision makers on the other end, I have to be able to believe that you can pull that off in person confidently. You're not going to miss your lines. You're going to be off book. All of these things. And so I would focus on getting really good at self-taping. Yes, being scene studying and get good on camera. But you need to be able to get to the point where you can get on camera. And if you focus on those 3 things, right, you're going to go from 0 to 100 in your acting career quick. The people that I know that are booking left and right are literally just doing these simple things. They have really good headshots, right? They make really good auditions. They're in acting classes. They're constantly brushing up on the skills. Even if they're phenomenal actors, they're brushing up on their skills and they're taking it up a notch. And then from there, they can do this all day long in a camera. They can make me believe that they can book the role. And then when they get on set, they kill it. And then rinse and repeat and rinse and repeat. And hopefully you go to the next step. I think a lot of times people start focusing too much on agents and managers in the beginning. And it's like you need something to manage for a manager to come in. You need some type of traction in what it is that you're doing. Whether that's through your performances or people at your school or your teachers being like, oh yeah, this person's ready for these big roles, like that part. But you can make it happen yourself at any age. It needs discipline. Be disciplined. You have to work your dream like you're working a 9 to 5. If you work your dream like you're working a 9 to 5, then you're going to get the results that 9 to 5 company is essentially getting out of you. Be your own CEO. That part. And if you're able to do those things, then you'll take your career and you can execute, and it's very much tangible. So I hope these tips helped you. Like I said, if you watch it to the end, you would have some sense of technique that you can apply to yourself. Do me a favor, ask any questions, specific questions you want me to answer on the channel. Hit the like button, sub button, bell button. Lady gotta go.